So hi, my name is Kees, and today's video is about how expansion happens. So how does expansion or growth as consciousness or as a being, how does that work? And there are many ways in which it can work or how it works, but there are some general laws, you could say. And the first law is perception. If we don't perceive or have a sort of idea that there is a separate being, then there really is nothing happening. It's an understanding that nothing really happens. And that is because there is no real center in reality, but we can perceive a center. So as a perceived separate being, we realize that there is separation because we feel like we have a center. We don't feel like we're everything, right? Which an enlightened being feels like they're everything, like without a center. Most humans or separate beings only label themselves as a human or a separate being because they have the feeling that they are. They have the feeling that there is a center. And because of that center, something funny happens. And there is a feeling like a separate perception. And because of that separate perception, there's a feeling of, let's say, I, right? There's a feeling of I, first of all, and that's the feeling I'm here. I am this being perceiving the world or, the planet or something which is happening. And from this perception, we get a feeling of where we are. We get usually also a feeling of inspiration. Like, I would like to improve this. Like when we perceive as a separate being, which, most of us do, then we instantly have a feeling of desire. A feeling of this can be improved. This can be better. This can happen, that can happen. We have ideas, inspiration, we have preferences, and this automatically leads to action, to a sort of action to try to make that come about, to grow into that, to create that. And from that feeling of creation, that is actually how creation happens. It's first of all we perceive, second of all we desire something, and through desire we start to create something, and when we've created it, we've realized it. So creation happens through duality, we could say, through the sense of being two, right? Me and the world. Because if there's just a world, or if there's just the world happening without a center, there's still creation, there's still perception, etc. But there is not a sense of we need to change something, we need to do something. So because of this sense of individuality or sense of centeredness, we create a sort of pressure on the separate being which we think we are to try to grow, to try to create something. And this pressure is supernatural. It's not supernatural, it's very natural, I should say. It's very natural to feel that pressure to create something, to grow, to do something, to expand. Because we perceive, and that because we perceive, we desire. and we perceive because we feel that we're a separate being. But even when we have a sort of understanding, an intellectual understanding of not being a separate being, it takes some of that pressure off, but still, so sort of the non-dual understanding of the world is not two, but the world is one, right? It's all energy, it's all being, it's all everything. That takes away maybe good and bad, or the sense of you need to improve, but it does not take away perception, and it does not take away desire. So I wanted to shortly explain how this works. I think I've done that. So I want to thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, then please let me know in the comments and give a thumbs up for the algorithm. And thank you so much for your time watching this. Much love, and hope to see you again. Bye.